Hello, this is the Redford Pikachu. Today for you guys I'm going to be giving you my top 6 list of 2015. This will be my own opinion, and for a movie to be on this, it has to have been interesting enough for me to want to go see it, because I'm not a avid moviegoer, as it were. Basically, how this is going to work is that the lowest number on this list will be like a good fun movie, and the number one on this list will be a really epic movie. That, at least according to what I feel. That being said, let's get started, and I hope you guys. Alright, so first up on the list is Pan. Now, I feel Pan to be a very underrated film. It is by no means a perfect movie, but it is a very fun movie. All the actors look like they're giving a good, solid effort to give us something exciting to watch. I do think it's very cool that we're getting an origin story to Peter Pan and Captain Hook and all those characters. It, I do really hope they're working on a sequel for this, because I want to see what happens to Peter Pan and Hook that destroys their friendship. Bottom line, if you haven't seen this movie yet, I urge you to buy it when it comes out on DVD and watch it, because it's a good movie. Coming in at number 5, we have the Peanuts movie. This is a very good movie that honors the Peanuts franchise very. The child actors, they got to play the characters like Charlie Brown and Lucy and all those guys. I feel like they are very well cast. They've delivered some very good lines and served the characters well. Something else I think is cool is that they used recordings of the original actor for Snoopy and Woodstock in the movie, which I thought was really neat, because I heard that this guy sadly passed away, and it was just cool to see that they did that. It is no doubt a very fun, well-paced movie, and I urge anyone who hasn't seen it to see it, especially if they're a Peanuts fan, because they honor that franchise very well. Next up, we have the Marvel movie that closed out Phase 2, Ant-Man. Now, going into this, I knew that after Infinity War, it's very likely we'll be getting some changes to the main cast of the Marvel franchise, so it's very important that we like all the new superheroes that will end up joining the Avengers. Now, I wasn't into Ant-Man as much as the other franchises. I was mainly just going there to see how I like the hero and all that stuff. And I was expecting a good Marvel movie, because they've been on a roll lately, so it's just I knew at least I wouldn't be disappointed. But when I came out of the movie, I was very impressed. The comedy was very good. It was hilarious. The actors really played their parts well, especially Hank Pym. Michael Douglas was just a really good actor that they picked for this, and it shows. I loved Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. I thought he was hilarious to watch, and I especially liked the little throwdown Ant-Man and Falcon had towards the middle of the movie. I thought that was very well done. It showed that Ant-Man could go toe to toe with an Avenger. Bottom line, it was a great way to close out Phase 2, and I cannot wait for more stuff with Ant-Man, as well as the next Marvel movies, including Civil War. That's looking like it's going to be awesome. Dragon Ball Z: The Resurrection of F is the second Dragon Ball Z movie to hit theaters, and the second anime film to hit theaters in a long time in the U.S. As such, it was very important that this film be absolutely amazing, and you know what? It is. Battle of Gods was very much a reintroduction to Dragon Ball Z for all the old fans and non-fans, because it has been a while since we've had any official new content of Dragon Ball Z. So I can see why they went with a more comedic route with Battle of Gods. However, in Resurrection of F, we get a lot more battle scenes and stuff. They resurrect Frieza and they make him a credible threat again by having him train for the first time in a long time. Every character who shows up to confront Frieza, they all have their moment to shine during the battle. Even Master Roshi. Roshi's been pretty much comic relief ever since Dragon Ball Z started, so it was a real shock to see him actually be serious and kicking people's asses. It was awesome. After the minions are done with, Goku and Frieza start their battle, and it has a lot of callbacks to their first fight in on Namek, especially when it's revealed they're both holding back. And then we find out that Goku is able to turn Super Saiyan while in Super Saiyan God, making him a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Could have used a better name, but otherwise it looks pretty cool. The fight animation is just epic, you know. Like, it's very cool to see the new Dragon Ball Z stuff in today's technology. It really looks awesome. This movie was amazing to watch, and it was really awesome to see it in theaters. So I'm hoping that this will mean we get more anime movies in theaters, at least for the USA. Had another movie not come out, this would have definitely been number one. But that being said, it's still a very good event. The cast is it works just as good together as they did in the first one, and it even goes deeper with the story in places. Ultron is very hilarious, yet he still has a threatening vibe to him that makes him a good villain. The newcomers like Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Vision, I thought those guys were all really well handled, and I thought the actors for them were well cast. The Avengers do a lot of really cool team attacks in this one too. It's really awesome. All in all, the Avengers Age of Ultron is a very good second Avengers movie, and I'm very much looking forward to Infinity War. I was hoping this movie would be number one, and thankfully, I'm very happy to say that it is in fact the number one movie for me. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The fact that we have new Star Wars stuff to talk about is really very awesome, especially since after Revenge of the Sith, we never thought we'd get another live action Star Wars movie again. The imagery in this movie is very well done. The actors are all very great. They turn in good performances, and I'm very much looking forward to where John Boyega and Daisy Ridley are going to go in the future, aside from the next two Star Wars movies, because they got some bright careers ahead of them. Now, there are a couple of recycled plot threads from A New Hope, but nothing so much that it distracts from the movie. There's just as much new stuff in it that makes it a fresh movie to watch. I love the new villain Kylo Ren, and really interesting to see where they'll take this character next. And I'm also very excited to see where Rey, Finn, and Poe are going to go next too. This next director, Rian Johnson, looks like he's a very good director, and I'm very excited to see what he brings to Star Wars Episode 8. And yes, I'm very excited for Star Wars Episode 8, especially after this movie and how good it was. Unfortunately, we have to wait a full 2 years before we get the next part of this story, but I can tell you for sure that I'm going to be watching Episode 7 over and over and over again.